Good afternoon, traders, or good morning, good evening, wherever you are. Welcome back to Simply Forex. Welcome to the live stream. Trader Tom here, and we hope you are all well. We hope you're having a good trading week, and if you're not, don't worry, because we're going to find some good trades for you. I'm really liking Euro US dollar potentially if it sets up. The plan of attack, we do have a plan. Contrary to popular belief, I'm going to show you a couple of trades that I've taken since the last time we've met, so we can understand why I've taken these trades. We're going to do that. We're also going to pay attention to the news at hour, because we have all of this data coming out of the US. All right, so we've got GDP and employment figures. These are pretty big figures, right? For the US guys, right? So we'll take a look at those. And as always, guys, we're going to take as many of your questions as possible. So please come say hello, leave a comment, and also leave a question, right? If you want to learn or anything about trading, then please leave a question, guys. Don't be shy. Come say hello. I don't bite, only at weekends. So where to start? Let's start with a trade that I've literally just taken some profit on. And it's been a few trades. It's been quite a busy yet profitable week. So all good, guys, right? And gold is the trade that I want to share with you. I still have some partial profit running with this trade. But let's understand why I took it. So if we go to the day chart, basically, a couple of things, right? So first and foremost, we're in this sort of triangle, guys, right? We're in this triangle and we broke out of this triangle, okay? I've just got insects flying into my ear. Also, guys, you know, we were potentially in this downtrend and then bang, we're in an uptrend, right? And you can see our indicator has shown us that as well. We are bullish. We are looking for buys. All right, and you can see the candles, guys. Just look at the candle. Bullish, bullish, lots of reasons to buy gold. Okay. And that's your job, guys, right? That's your job as a trader. I'm trying to find as much confluence, as many reasons as I can to take the trade. So there are lots of reasons to buy gold, right? But remember, daily is only my direction. Yeah, I then go to the H4 and I'm looking for an entry, right? Now, my actual entry candle was this one. Okay, it was this very candle here. But I was in bed, snoring, maybe dribbling a little bit, thinking about Gal Gadot. All right, so I wasn't awake for this. Okay, so this would have been a perfect setup. Why is this a perfect setup? Because we're in a H4 uptrend, right? Price has retraced to our smart river. Okay, we'll look at Euro Swiss franc in a minute. Price has retraced to our smart river. Okay, right here, which is green, which tells us we can buy, right? We get a very nice bullish candle bounced off of the river. And the daily is in an uptrend, as we've already looked at. So much confluence. But like I say, this candle happened when I was asleep. So all I said to myself was, right, on the, you know, if we get a retrace back to, there's a little bit of a level in here, right? If we get a retrace back to here, I will enter. Okay. If price just did this, I wouldn't have entered, right? I wouldn't have had a trade. There would have been no value in the trade. Price would have shot off. No problem. We don't suffer with FOMO unless it's an excellent night out. Then I do a little bit. But when it comes to trading, I don't, right? But in actual fact, we got a nice retrace. I literally just entered, stop here, target here, and yeah, got our 1:1. This was more like this actually, guys, right? My stop loss was more here. Right, got our 1:1. Happy days, right? And I'm letting some partial profits run. Now, Another thing to point out here is, right, we took some profit, happy days, right, happy trader, but we've got US dollar news coming out, right, and I'm letting 10% of this trade run. Now, normally, if I look to the left, guys, right, you can see we've got these areas of resistance, right, because of these last highs here. So this is a resistance level. Normally, I would probably just close the trade here, right, and take the rest of the trade. But we have got news coming out, US dollar news. So all I'll do is move my stop loss to break even, and then what will be will be. If it comes back and takes me out, no problem. I still made nice profit with this trade. If it shoots off, happy days as well, right? More profit. So this is a really nice position to be in before we have news. So that's my gold trade that I wanted to share with you. I'm also in an oil trade. Okay, so if we go to spot crude or West Texan Intermediate, this is my trade here. Okay, so again, if we look at, let's do that. Let's go to the day chart, right? So as you can see, guys, right, we were in this uptrend, and then bang, we're in a downtrend, right? Again, right, there is a really nice area of support through here, right? You can see price has hit that many times, okay? Yeah, support, 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 support. When that breaks and comes back to that level, that is such a beautiful setup. And this is the day chart. It doesn't matter what time frame you get this setup. Probably the 1 minute will be a little bit unreliable. But, you know, it's such a good setup, this. It really is. So price comes back here. We got this nice big bearish candle. And then I was just looking for sales, guys. Again, our price action indicator is saying bearish as well. We drop down to the H4, and it's a carbon copy of the gold trade, right? So price was in this uptrend, price has broken down, and this is where we're at, right? We're getting lower highs, and you know, these were lows in here, right? And now we're getting lower lows. Price retraced to the river, the smart river. You can see here, it's also red, which indicates sell trades. But what this is pure price action, right? So we got a retrace, we got this nice big bearish candle, and I started selling here. Yeah, you can see my trade stops up here, target back down to these lows. And again, if it hits target, I'll let some profits run, potentially all the way back down to these support levels. And these are levels, again, that are being pinpointed by the indicator. So those are the trades that I am in, guys. I literally closed my pound yen trade today as well, because I've been in this 12 years and I closed that today as well. But anyway, that's what I mean, guys. Let's take a quick look at all of those trades that I just explained. So as you can see, right, this was my gold trade. Let's go through all the trades since I've last seen you. So this was that pound sell trade that I got out of. This was the gold trade, but so far so good. This is the oil trade that I am in. US dollar Swiss franc has been really good to us as well. We've had a couple of good trades on US dollar Swiss franc. We had a Canadian dollar yen sell trade. We closed that early for a 0.5% loss. So we needed to manage that trade. And there you go, guys, right? That's pretty much all the trades we've had since we last met. And again, guys, if you want all of these trades, then please come join our channel. So firstly, subscribe to the channel, smash the notification button, and please smash the like button. Also, please don't forget to join our free Discord. You can see the QR code on the screen. Just click on that, come join our free Discord. You can also join the VIP, which is where all my trades are. And also, guys, please come check out our website so you can get access to all of our premium trading education, www.simply-forex.com. You can get access to the course, the VIP Academy, which I just showed you, and the mentorship program where I coach you one-on-one. And also, guys, you can get access to our new Price Action Pro indicator. And a lot of these trades that I'm taking are because of the indicator. All right. So our community is having some great success with that. So check it all out, guys. It's all in the links and on the channel somewhere. While you do that, I'm going to have a drink of water. Right, guys, enough about me. Me. It's always me with me. Actually, let me show you one more thing. Euro US dollar. I really like this as a trade. Right now, if this candle finishes something like this, I'm going to be looking to buy Euro US dollar. This is the H4 chart, right? You can see we was in this uptrend. Then we're kind of in a downtrend. Right, but if we break these highs here, right, with this candle right here, I will be buying Euro US dollar. Fact, right? So this is a trade ahead of time, guys, right? Now, why am I going to take it? The day chart is bullish. Let's have a look at the day chart, in fact, right? We are in an uptrend, right? We are. Okay, we're here. That candle broke that high. And now we find ourselves, ranging a little bit. So we're in an uptrend stroke range. Okay, so I am inclined, if that is the structure that I'm in, I'm inclined to come from the bottom of the range back to the top. Right, and you can see our resistance levels here. Also, we had a nice big bullish candle here, right? That is a bullish candle in any textbook you'll ever read. I don't care that it's red. That is more bullish than something that's very bullish, a bull, right? Very bullish. And we've got this room to move into. So my target would be back up to here, right? And if we look at the H4, like I said, we will not only get a structure break here, we'll have a nice bullish candle and we'll have a lot of room to move into. And we're coming out of the smart river here as well. So, yeah, I will take this trade if this candle looks like this. I will probably enter straight away. If it ends up looking like this on the back of news, then that's a different scenario. I will have to wait for a retrace, potentially into here, and then come higher. Okay, so let's look at the different scenarios, actually, right? So this is interesting, right? If on the back of news, we get a big bullish candle that looks like this, there is no value in this trade because I want to put my stop loss here and my target is here, right? I'm not going to buy here. Right, the risk to reward is shot to bits. That is more shot to bits than my mate Lou when he goes to the nightclub, right? So I wouldn't take the trade. I would have to wait for a retrace, perhaps into here, then the trade makes sense. Okay, so that's scenario number one. Scenario number two is we get a candle that looks like this, as it is now. I will buy that. Right, stops below here. There's my target. I have my risk to reward of 1:1 pretty much. Right, I will take that trade. The third scenario is we get a candle that looks like this. I will not take that trade because it hasn't broken structure. Yeah, the candle, the wick would have closed back inside. So no trade. So this is exactly what I'm looking at right now. Okay, so yeah, guaranteed. If it finishes looking like this, I will enter this trade. Stops here. But let's see how news plays out. Okay. So yeah, that I just wanted to show you that as well, guys, because that's it's a trade upcoming, right? Right. Let's have a look and see who is in the house. I like to get a bit gangster when I do this bit. Right, who have we got in? Luigi. Hope you're well, Luigi. I'm very well, thank you. We're having a very nice week. I'm still in the Philippines, guys. This is my last week in the Philippines. I'll be back in Dubai as of next week, but I am going to miss the Philippines. Okay, gold here for Brett. Gold, my ex. Don't let her temptress ways fool you, Tom. When your back is turned, she will take you your far as much as she can. Yeah, take you for as much as she can. Bear with me, I can't read. Yes, I know you're not a big fan of gold, Brett. But gold has been good to me today. SS, hi May, how are you? Okay, room 101 just took profit on pound yen. Happy days. Niraj, hi. I love your name, the Candle Kid. Are you profitable? Yes, Candle Kid. Please come and look at the VIP room. You can see every one of my trades for the last 3 years. So come check it out. Michael, good afternoon, Tom. Good afternoon, Michael. How are you? Yes, I should have said that. Yeah. Adrian, afternoon. No football discussion today, please. Adrian is a Man United fan, and thank you for bringing it up, Adrian. Man United lost to Grimsby. Was it 12-11 on penalties? Adrian, that made my day. I'm not going to lie. Yeah, United have. I've got so many memes from all my Liverpool friends. Yeah, I'll share them with you, Adrian. Tony Gold, hello, how are you? And Tony says, patience pays in trading. Yes, it does. And guys, please don't forget to leave as many questions as you like. If you want me to look at a currency pair, we can. If you want me to look at an aspect of trading, we can. Please don't be shy. Ask as many questions as you like. What else was I going to show you, actually? Okay, yeah, let's have a look at pound yen. So I exited pound yen early because it bounced off of this level. And I've been in this trade. So this was my trade this was my trade. It literally just missed my stop. And this was going to be my trade, right? I got in because of this candle. Okay, so look, everything was, when I entered this trade, I thought this was a home run, right? We're getting this H4 downtrend, had a nice big bearish candle, and I was going to take it back down to these lows. Now, I've been in this trade a week. That's how long I've been in this trade. That is unheard of. I'm normally in a trade a day, 2 days max, right? Sometimes hours, right? I'm an intraday trader. Now, I got out because of this trend line, right? It come back down. I was in profit. Yeah, only a little bit of profit, but I was in profit. And I just had enough of the trade, really. So, now I've got out of the trade. It's probably going to do this, right? But I was happy with my decision, even if it does do that, guys. Again, I have no FOMO. It's a good decision. We're having a good trading week. No problems, right? So, yeah, that's the reason I got out. If I saw a big bearish H4 candle, Would I consider re-entering it? Yes, I would, but I would. The thing with this is, let's imagine I get a candle like this, H4 candle, right, like this. We've got another 40 minutes until this candle forms, right? Now, I would start selling here. My stop would go here, and this would be my target. Now, the problem is the risk to reward is skewed. So I would have to wait for a retrace of some sort, perhaps back to the trend line to sell anyway. So I would consider that, right? Then if we start selling from here, you get your minimum of, this is probably a 1:1.2 or something. So depending on this pound yen H4 candle, I may well re-enter this trade. But as for getting out of it early, I have no problems with that whatsoever. Right, what else are we looking at? Okay, Brett saying, yeah, the guys in room 101 were only in it for 24 hours. Yes, I am aware of this. I've been in it for 12 years. Right, what else are we looking at, guys? Guys, please don't be shy. Leave a question. Okay, we've got a question here from Omar. Let's take a look at that. So do you think a buy on pound US dollar around 1.349 is interesting if we find more bullish stability from now? Let's have a look, right? So pound US dollar, Omar is suggesting buys at this level. Bang, there, 1.3490. There you go. So Omar's suggesting buys from here. Let's do a top-down approach, guys, right? So let's start with the daily. Now, daily is a tricky sausage, right? Now, tricky sausage is a technical term they all use at the hedge funds, but it is a tricky sausage. So let me explain why, right? Because actually, you can answer my question, okay? So everyone, I want everyone to get involved, guys. Yeah, you're here to learn how to trade, here to learn about price action, right? So let's do that. So everyone right now, please get involved. What is the trend of the day chart on pound US dollar? Right? So everyone right now, please tell me what is the trend of pound US dollar on the day chart? Okay? Go for it, guys. I'm going to have a drink and wait for your answers. Leave your answer in the live chat. Right, so Brett is saying a downstroke range. Don't be shy, guys. Get involved. Okay, bullish since Jan 2025. Okay, so Omar is taking a long-term view on this. You're pretty much describing a weekly chart. But my question here is about the daily chart. What is the trend? Who's in Fantastic Four? You know, the guy with all the grey. That's what somebody told me I looked like the other day. I was like, charming. Thank you very much. Marky Mark and the Funky Bunch. Where have you been? This is, by the way, guys, this is officially Mark Wahlberg. He comes and joins us on the live chat now and again. Hi, Marky Mark. Daily is bullish since August. Okay, so we've got two people suggesting a downtrend and Omar is bullish, right? So let's look at structure, right? And this is, again, everything I show you is fact. It's not me making it up, right? So let's plot structure, okay? So Luigi is saying bearish, Omar's saying bearish since June, Prathish is saying a huge dump coming. Prathish, are you talking about a toilet or pound US dollar? Sorry, it's my vulgar sense of humor. Right, let's look at the swing points. I am just going to pencil the points where price has moved. Right, again, this is all fact. Yeah, let's just go up here. Right, let's stop here. Right, so I'm just, please, I don't know how anyone could disagree with that. Right, so if we join these together, this will give you structure. This will give you your trend. So this is where we're at. So technically, we are getting lower highs, right? And this high hasn't broken. And we're getting lower lows. So technically, we are in a downtrend. Now, the problem is this low here. This causes a little bit of confusion, right? It's beginning to look like a swing point, but it hasn't been qualified yet, right? So right now we're in a downtrend. Now, if the market did this, right, and broke these highs, then yes, this is now a higher low. We're getting higher highs. We're in an uptrend, right? But that hasn't happened. So we're in a downtrend. But this low does put doubt in everyone's mind. Another thing I want to point out here is, actually, let's not go that far. I just want to show you this, right? This is screaming head and shoulders, right? Inverse. Shoulders, head, right? But again, right, any chart pattern, like a head and shoulders pattern, this is screaming head and shoulders pattern. But even for me to enter this trade, and the textbook answer for head and shoulders would be, you have to break the neckline. So you would have to see a candle that pushed through the neckline, right? So that would qualify as a head and shoulders, and then we could come higher. But even if you had no clue what a head and shoulders pattern was, it doesn't matter. Because if we get this candle, right, you are automatically getting higher lows, higher highs. So it doesn't matter anyway. I always say to people, because I get a lot of questions, but oh, what about this chart pattern? What about this chart pattern? They don't mean anything. It's the price action within the chart pattern is what means everything. And all this head and shoulders means that we would get a daily uptrend if we broke the neckline, right? So that's all that is. But that's all in the future. It doesn't help us now, right? As things are now, I don't want to touch pound US dollar. We're here, right? We're in a downtrend. Really, I need to see price break out of here or here, because then it's crystal clear. Like I said, if we get a break to the upside, it's crystal clear that this is an uptrend, right? If we get something like this and we get a break here, it is then crystal clear that this is a downtrend. And really, guys, I'm only interested in crystal clear trend, right? As should you be. I'm not interested in this. It's too difficult to read, right? There's an argument for buying off this level, right? There's an argument for buying. There's an argument for selling at this level. So what you'll probably find is price does this, right? Maybe it ranges. And then we just want to see a winner one way or the other. So in answer to that, Omar, no, I'm not interested in pound US dollar, right? Now, looking at the candles, right, nice big bullish candle, there's a strong chance that price is going to make it to this higher time frame resistance level here or here, right, this level here. There is a strong chance it's going to do that if we are with H4 trend, and I would say we are, right? Because if we look at this, bang, right? We broke this level in here. So, okay, yeah, I can understand it. If we get a retrace into here, right, we want to start buying back up to here. I would probably aim for this 1.355 level, this psychological level. The only problem is I would want to put my stop loss down here. So if you think about that for a second, guys, right, if this is my target, this is my stop loss, let that dictate where you should trade from, right? So if you just get a ruler, yeah, and do that, this middle line here is the halfway point. So I would be interested in buying from here and here only, because at that point I get 1:1, right? Because I want to put my stop below here. So there you go, Omar. Hope that helps. Right, we've got news come out and I've totally ignored it. Let me just have a quick look at gold because I'm in it. Okay, so we're seeing a bit of US dollar strength with gold, right? Remember, I've moved my stop loss to here, right? Let's have a look at some other US dollar pairs. US dollar strength. Lots of US dollar strength. Euro US dollar strength. Let's have a look at pound US dollar strength. So Sherlock Holmes here is going to say that the majority of the news was better than expected, right? So let's take a look. And this is always where I get egg on my face. No, it's not. Yeah. So nothing but good news, right? Better than expected, better than expected, better than expected. The rest is as expected. But the 3-star ratings are all as expected, right? Now, Powell, I'm not a big fundamental trader, as you know, guys know, I'm very technical. But Powell was very interested in employment figures, right? And that's bullish. So we should be seeing a bullish reaction in the indices, right? So let's have a look at the NASDAQ. There you go, right? We're getting a bullish reaction here. So far, let's have a look at S&P. Bullish reaction. Let's have a look at the H1. Right, we're getting a bullish reaction thus far. So again, you need to understand these correlations and the knock-on effects they have. So if the indices are doing this, right? Okay, if the indices are doing this off the back of that news, then chances are yen, gold, and Swiss franc are all going to be weaker, right? So let's take a look at that, right? Let's have a look at gold. Okay, not a massive reaction as yet. Let's have a look at pound yen because I was interested in it. Right, so we're getting a bit of a bullish reaction, a little bit, right? And let's have a look at a Swiss franc pair. Let's have a look at euro Swiss franc. Okay, I'm actually interested in this trade. Let's have a look at the daily. Okay, we'll see. I'm interested in selling euro Swiss franc, but we're getting such a bullish reaction. Yeah, Nothing's setting up yet. Let's have a look at Euro US dollar, because as you know, guys, I'm interested in buying this if, and it's a big if, right, if we break this high here, right? So let's see how this H4 candle finishes. And again, guys, even on the back of that good news for the dollar, right? So hear me out here, right? Even on that good news for the dollar, it won't keep me away from the dollar, right? What will keep me away from the dollar is this Euro US dollar trade is a wick that does that, right? Closing back in here. That will keep me away from the Euro US dollar trade. But if this H4 candle still finishes something like this, I'm going to buy it, regardless of that news. Technically, it's telling me to buy. So again, this trade's still on. Let's see how that plays out. And as always, guys, I will put my trade into the VIP Discord. Guys, before we take any more questions, let me just tell you today's live stream is sponsored by Pepperstone, world-class leading broker. And if you switch brokers and sign up with them today using our link, we will give you, this is a no-brainer of a promotion, we will give you free access to the VIP Trading Academy, yeah, where I put all my trades I showed you earlier, right? And we will give you a free Essential Trading View subscription. And all you've got to do is just take your money out of one broker and put it in another. No brainer, go do it. Right, what else are we looking at? Phil, how are you, Phil? Yes, Omar, good. Yeah, I won't be a degenerate gambler and buy now. No, right? Pound US dollar is bullish, right? But interestingly, pound US dollar is doing that. Euro US dollar is holding its own, right? So there's some pound weakness there. Okay. Okay. All right, guys. I'm sure we had another question here somewhere that I cannot find. And guys, please get as many questions over to me as possible. What else are we looking at today? I was looking at US dollar, Canadian dollar sells. Yeah, but I was wanting a retrace back into here, right, which is looking highly unlikely right now. I'm just going to go through the trades that I was looking at today. Euro, Canadian dollar sells. Okay, so this is becoming interesting, right? If I get a retrace, right, on Euro, Canadian dollar to this level here, I will be all over this, right? You've got the daily is bearish. You've got a H4 downtrend, right? And then we've got some resistance, and we've got the smart river coming down as well. If I get a retrace into here, I will be all over this, right? But we just need to see the alarm go off. So Euro Canadian dollar sells, I like from that level. What else are we looking at? US dollar Swiss franc sells. So US dollar weakness, really, guys, is what I liked at the start of the day. But we've just had some good US dollar news. Yeah, not interested in selling that. You can see my alarm. That's when I'm going to get interested in price, because it's retraced enough to represent value. Come back to the river, right? So, yeah, still interested in that. Yeah, and pound. Let's have a look at the oil trade, actually. Right, so I'm still in this oil trade. I'm still selling this. So, yeah, let's see how this goes. So look at the H1. Okay, we want to start seeing some rejection here, obviously. Okay, nothing to worry about yet. Still in a sell trade here. Yeah, let's see how gold's doing. Okay. We'll probably just close the remainder of this trade, to be honest, guys. Just close the remaining partial profits. We're at this high anyway. In fact, I'm going to do that right now. Okay. Right. Any more questions, guys? We've got another one here from Omar. I want to short US dollar yen, but not going to force anything. Do you see any opportunities? So yen, again, a technical term, is a bloody mess, right? Look at this day chart. Look at that. That is what's known in trading as horseshit. Don't want to touch it. When I do want to touch it once we break out of here or break out of here, right? One or the other. Yeah, but I would need to break this level as well. So if we get a break below this level, I'm selling. If we get a break above this level and that high, right, I'm buying. And in fact, guys, these represent very good opportunities, right? This consolidation, right? So this consolidation between here and here, right, is ideal for a trade. So let me explain. So in here, you just have buyers and sellers fighting to the death. This is like Hulk Hogan versus Sergeant Slaughter. R.I.P. Hulk Hogan, legend. A lot of them boys ain't doing too well, are they? You know, roids galore in the, 80s wrestling. A lot of them are dying young, right? But anyway, he was a legend. I like the Ultimate Warrior more. He's also dead, right? Now, you have got Hulk Hogan and Sergeant Slaughter fighting to the death in here. So one of them's going to give up, right? You've got sellers, buyers, sellers, buyers, sellers, right? Now, if we get a break to the upside, sellers are going to give up and you'll see price move quite quickly. If we get a break to the downside, you're going to see buyers give up pretty quickly and you'll get a sharp move down. So what you normally see after this contraction and this battle of buyers and sellers is normally a big aggressive move after it, right? So not interested in this price action right now, but a break either side, I definitely will be. So Omar, hope that helps. Another good question here from Omar. You respect technicals more than fundamentals. US dollar yen is so bearish fundamentally. Okay, but do you want to sell? Like even if, like, let's just say fundamentals said sell US dollar yen. Do you want to start selling that there? Knowing that you have this support, that support, this support. Do you want to sell into all of that? No, right? Fundamentals are what drive charts. So fundamentally, US dollar yen is screwed. And it's screwed because of there's so much risk on, risk off, risk on, risk off. And the yen is like, what am I doing? Am I risk on? Am I risk off? Doesn't know what to do with itself. US dollar is like, is this weakness going to continue? Am I going to fight back? Is this weakness going to continue? Am I going to fight back? Now, I understand fundamentals are driving that, but fundamentals are telling you price is screwed. Now, when we get a break here, fundamentals tell us that yen is strong, US dollar's given up. So whatever that fundamental reason is, I don't care. It means nothing to me. But if I see that, I'm all over it. And chances are, if price has done this and I start selling, I am fundamentally with this trade. Right? So, of course, fundamentals drive charts, but I'm just going to technically jump on them. Right? And that's how I trade. Simple as that. Guys, please don't forget to subscribe to the channel, smash the notification button, and please smash the like button. Please come join the free Discord. You can click the QR code on the screen. Please check out our website for access to all of our premium trading education, including our new price action 101 Pro indicator. Guys, thank you very much for your time. Appreciate it as always. Next week, we'll be back to normal. So come join us for the live streams Tuesday. Also check out the weekly forecast at the weekend. And I will see you soon.